I did not think of how I was going to do an intro.
This is professional.
Yeah, this is professional. Welcome to the Hypixel show, guys.
I'm sure a lot of thought went into it, but not a lot of planning.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm using this now. We're not gonna do another intro. This is the Hypixel show where we discuss everything Hypixel, and today we're gonna be talking about the question of, is Skywars making a comeback? Now, if you don't know me, I am Dr. Cube, and today I'm gonna be joined by my friends Ottomeme and MintyCabbages. So hey guys.
Hello.
Now, obviously, we're here to talk about the status of Skywars as like a main Hypixel game, and obviously, over time, the player count has been dropping from, you know, back in the glory days where you could solo queue and team Skywars and get 11 kill games constantly. Yeah, I was there when you could still do that. I was like on the tail end of it, just as it was beginning to become the sweatfest that it is today. But essentially, obviously, the player count has dropped a lot, but as soon as the American summer holidays came around, obviously it has picked up a little bit. Like, have you guys noticed that?
Yeah, it went up a bit, and I got hopeful, and then I remembered that summer break started.
Yeah, I mean, like, it was around at the start of July. I felt like, the game was kind of struggling to even get to 1,000 players during like American peak times. But then like at the start of July, it was at 1,000 even like throughout the majority of the day. And I'm not sure if that was because of like the summer holiday starting, or it also like coincided around the time when Techno died. And I thought that it could have also been just a lot of people were getting on Skywars because they were like reminiscing or something. I don't know.
Yeah, definitely.
It could have been both.
Yeah.
I mean,
so I think it's been lower lately.
Yeah, it's definitely, that was definitely a big event, obviously Techno being one of the core pillars of Skywars, he carried the community for so long. And honestly, I guess if you were to ask like a group of 100 players that are like active players, how they got into Skywars, I'd say at least 70-80 of them, it would have been Techno played. Would you guys agree with that?
Yeah, or at least him among other people.
Yeah,
for a lot of people it was like multiple people. Yeah,
I suppose there was a few other big Skywars YouTubers back in the day, but yeah, I mean, I guess I definitely noticed this a little bit when I was doing my Sloth Kit marathon. The queues were sort of like pretty difficult back then, but then when the summer holidays happened and all the big events happened, they became easier for a while. And I guess that definitely has something to say about the player count, but like how like, I haven't played a lot recently. I know you two both have been playing. You were playing before we got on this call.
Yeah.
How do the queues feel? Like, do you think it's retained that like, that slight glimmer of the past when the queues weren't terrible, or has it just gone back to being terrible?
It depends on the day.
Yeah, I think they're decent during American peak times, like as in like better than they were before July, but they're also worse than they were at the start of July. And then if you play at nighttime, like pretty much midnight onwards in my time zone, then it's just like all next cheating Russians. It's like unironic. I thought I started noticing this. I was like, there is no way that like every queue is cheating Russians. I gotta be schizophrenic or something. And then I talked to more people about it, and they're like all saying the same thing. Like, it's not just me. It's just honestly so strange.
That would probably be why I lost so much rating on the last day of Ranked Skywars, because I was playing at that time. Yeah, I guess that's another thing. Ranked is gone now, so that's like, 40, oh, not even 40. I guess with the last few seasons, it was like 20 players at a time. That's we've lost those 20 players consistent throughout the day. I wonder, have they gone like? I wonder if they're just giving up Skywars completely, because I know some of like the more like older ranked Skywars players, like I can't remember his name on Twitter. Is it like Matthew or something, or Matt? Like, isn't
I don't know ranked people.
Yeah, I don't know ranked people either.
Yeah, is that one guy on Twitter who's got like something like 50 something diamond divisions across his accounts? And like,
Do you know what
yeah,
his IGN is, or
no, I don't.
any one of them?
No, I really don't, and I really can't alt tab right now because I am using a screen capture, so I can't really do anything. I just have Discord. Yeah.
Oh well.
It's Mafau.
Yeah, Mafu.
Oh, that guy.
Matthew.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's Matthews' his name. Yeah. But
Yeah, I
yeah,
know that guy.
I've been following him for a while, and it's like crazy that he's done so much as a ranked player. But you know, I feel like there's that sort of like I have like in my head a group of Skywars players that are those like experienced ranked players like him, Magic Dust, you know, some of those other like ranked montage people who will always post like the ranked stuff, but I don't really see them anywhere else. Like I feel like maybe those guys who are just playing ranked Skywars for the sake of ranked Skywars, like the true ranked Skywars players, I feel like maybe they would have moved on. But the other players, I feel like they would have gone back to solo, and I guess that definitely doesn't help with the state of the game right now.
Yeah, I think it's not even that uncommon for a lot of them to go to UHC, from what I can tell, as well.
Oh, right. Yeah. That is something I've been, I guess, not noticing because I haven't really been on hypixel as much as I used to be, but I've had a lot of people playing UHC recently. Is UHC making a comeback? Maybe is that what we should be discussing?
I don't think so.
Fair enough.
I mean, it's making a comeback as in you can actually queue the game now, but that's about it.
Oh yeah, fair enough. I suppose it's still hacker infested as always.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think at the moment, I think Skywars is just hanging on. Like, so about a month ago, I'm also a lab player. Specifically, Slime is my favorite mode, but I also dabbled in Lucky Block. I have about the same amount of wins between them. But I know Ottomeme has also been playing some Slime, but a month ago it didn't queue at all. Whenever Slime was in rotation, Lab just didn't queue. But it has been queuing lately, like the last couple days during rotation. It's been queuing.
Yeah.
It hasn't been terrible.
A little bit.
Yeah.
It hasn't been queuing as much as it used to. Like it used to
really low.
It used to get pretty much the same player count as Lucky Block would, but now it's only like half that at best.
Yeah, that's the well, no, not even half. It's way less than half.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, at best.
Yeah, when I started playing Lab Skywars and Slime, I feel so sad because I feel like I joined maybe not at the peak of Slime, because I feel like in the past it was like just Skywars in general had way more players, like up to 7,000 consistent players. But anyway, I started playing Slime back when Team Slime still queued, and again, I feel like when you have enough players, Teams is just such a good environment because there's so many players that like you have like an equal chance to win with like just about anyone if you're like a new player. But
yeah,
as it dropped, as soon as it became too sweaty, the noobs like stopped queuing it, and it just killed Teams. And then yeah, I saw Slime die, and that hurt me so much because like Slime was so much fun back when like it had a lot of players, because you know, double jumping around and everything, it's just a great game. But yeah, it's interesting that it's queuing now. Like, I wonder if it's going to stay that way.
It seemed really strange to me as well. It just seemed really sudden. Like I used to be able to queue it most of the time, and just then all of a sudden it was just at 0 players during peak times.
Yeah, I remember, like,
I was like, what even happened? I couldn't even like tell if anything had changed with the game, because like whenever I could get it to queue, it seemed about the same to me.
Yeah,
I don't really know what prompted it to suddenly going from being one that you could queue to one that you can almost never queue.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Minty, what's your experience with Slime? Like, because I don't know if I ever played it with you.
I've never played Team Slime. I think I've only played solo Slime, like probably like a few games of it. I know more about Lucky Block, which was like, I remember like not even that long ago, like just playing Team's Lucky Block like a lot, like sometimes on stream. And then I stopped playing it for a while, tried to come back, and it's just literally 0 players. Like you can't queue it.
Oh yeah, you actually can queue Team's Lucky Block lately. I've
Really?
noticed.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
no,
haven't tried.
that's true as well. As soon as again, this might all be thanks to Technoblade. Well, it's weird to say thanks to, but you know, as a result of
Yeah.
Techno's death, the influx of players, and it might have been that as well as the summer holidays. You know, people having time.
Yeah.
Just that slight boost of players to lab. Again, like Minty was saying, yeah, teams Lucky Block used to be able to queue all the time, and I think it was around the same time that Slime just suddenly died. I think just lab in general lost a lot of players. But yeah, teams Lucky Block stopped queuing as well, or only queued during peak times. But recently, Lucky Block's made a comeback, and I mean, I feel like that's great because Lucky Block, it's honestly the best place I think for new Skywars players to join because it's
Oh,
so
for sure.
player friendly. It's a fun mini game. Like anyone can
Yeah.
agree on that.
Hmm.
Yeah, but lab aside, you know, from my slightly biased POV, yeah, I guess we've discussed ranked and lab and everything. Do you guys think an update to Skywars would, I guess, save it? I know it's what we need, but do you think it would actually save Skywars? Like, I don't want to stay on this for too long because, you know, obviously it's more about is Skywars coming back. But if an update came, do you think the game would, you know, stay in?
I feel like it'd help because, like, similar to like like when you were saying like, is UHC having a comeback? Like, it's not only the player base that needs to support it, but also the like developers that need to support it to actually foster a comeback. And I feel like an update like needs to happen for the comeback, but then also you also need to have the player base like be on board with it. So it's like a mixture of both. It can't just be like one update fixes everything.
Right. Yeah. I guess that's
Yeah.
true.
So I mean, realistically, what I would say is like if it gets updated and it's an actual good update,
It has to be a good.
it will. Yeah. I mean, operative word being good update. But
No spelling
I think
mistakes.
I think that definitely would like bring people back to it in the short term, and it would probably revive the game, as in like bring up the player count compared to what it is now for like maybe a month or something. But I would say that like the truth is the only way that Skywars actually gets revived is that, you know, it just gets frequent updates, or at least like some sort of recurring thing that'll keep people wanting to come back to it.
Yeah,
Because-
actually,
now we
that's
only have map
yeah.
rotations. That's
yeah,
it.
that's something
Map
that
rotations did help, but
It did, yeah.
I think we
Yeah.
need more than that at this point.
Like we did see like with the start of summer break like an influx of new players, but then now we're seeing them fizzle out again. And if they probably wouldn't have anyways, but if Hypixel had taken advantage of that, I feel like that would have helped with like Skywars making a
Yeah,
comeback.
that's something I've wanted to talk about for a while. It has been my belief ever since the Angels Descent update that I don't think new content is necessarily the answer to bringing back Skywars. Because when you bring new content, it doesn't necessarily attract new players as much as it brings back old players or
Yeah.
makes the existing player base want to play more. I feel like if you want to make Skywars a more like sustainable game, it has to be more inviting to new players. And I think one way that could be changed, and I don't want to become like a Skywars update proposal, because there's the Skywars podcast out there. AOE did great podcast that I also haven't listened to. I need to listen to that. I'm quoting it because I trust in those people. But essentially, what I think is that something like with ranked being removed, there needs to be a space for new players to enter Skywars. At the moment, you can't really send a new player into Skywars without sending them to their death. Like, they have no perks, no kits, anything, nothing.
Exactly.
How are they going to win even against a gold prestige? As long as gold prestige has like half the perks, like strength and farmer kit, the gold prestige will win any day. It doesn't even matter about skill. If you don't even have projectiles or anything, or if you don't know anything about the game, you'll lose. So I think something like replacing the ranked pedestal or whatever you call that, the ranked statue and the queue statue in the lobby with something like no kit mode, maybe? Well, you know, no kits, no perks, really
That is an
bare
interesting
bones
idea.
Skywars. But then obviously the issue that would then arise is then sweats are going to go queue it for like a more casual fun time.
Smurfing it.
Yeah, smurfing and kitless. Yeah, I think what would need to happen is then remove rewards, or at least remove rewards past like gold prestige. If you're like higher than a gold prestige, you don't get anything from queuing kitless, because you know it has to like, get you enough to get started in Skywars, but it can't. Kitless can't become the new easy mode of
Yeah.
Skywars. Like,
It's an interesting idea, because then it like really just is for fun. If you're like above gold prestige and you want to queue it, then
yeah,
you know you're not really gaining anything from it other than like, you know, you're just chilling basically.
because I think the whole Angel's Descent, as cool as it is to bring back all these things, it makes leveling up faster. Like once you get certain rewards on the Angel's Descent, the game becomes easier. Like things like the Librarian perk, having that extra plus 1% on the Angels, like the corruption chance, like loot, the all those like extra perks you get. It's such a broken way of having a game that once you progress higher, you progress faster. That shouldn't be how it works. It should be the other way around.
Oh yeah.
It's such a broken
Dude.
way. Like it keeps the old players playing, but for the new players, they've got this like massive cliff ahead of them. They can't just go climb that cliff. They don't have any gear. Like they can't do anything.
The skill gap, the skill gap's like really bad now, I feel like.
Yeah.
Let me just
That-
mention a couple of Angel's Descent perks that I unlocked recently at 41 and 42 star. So you get Fruit Fighter at 41,
Oh, yeah.
where you get guaranteed a gap from the first mid chest you open, and then Ender Endgame, which is 10% chance of a pearl on chest refills.
What?
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
At 42 star.
I forgot that perk existed.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I'm not sure if it even works. I gotta be honest, but
I wonder if that would have worked like when Black Magic was broken and like all the chests had a really high chance of having a pearl in it. It was just
Yeah,
like
I
a pearl
mean,
in every single chest now.
who knows? I mean, I think so. At 46 star, you also get plus 1% for the Black Magic perk. I think that was broken with the extra pearl chance because I think Stacey posted a screenshot on Twitter where he got like 6 pearls from one.
What the? Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
I mean, they fixed that at least. But
I would hope
I mean,
so.
like, anyway, point is, like, you know, once you reach a certain level, I feel like all the Angel's Descent stuff just adds up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like how have you found like the fruit finder? Has that like have you noticed the game becoming easier with those gapples?
I mean, I think for normal mode, it's crazy. Like people don't really think about it because in normal mode, people just kind of play farmer anyway, which has a gap. But when you get guaranteed a gap, that means that playing any kit other than farmer actually just becomes so much easier. Like I've been having fun playing pyro and scout, for example.
Yeah,
Because-
and those are also like
Yeah,
good kits on their own, but at the gapple, that's on par with farmer, I would say. If you're good
Yeah.
with like little projectiles, like yeah. No, that's
The most broken
crazy.
one I have right now is the fortune teller, or
Oh yeah.
yeah,
the
that
one where, like, the-
that one as well. That's
Librarian.
probably
yeah, that's way too OP. Like
no fortune teller. Yeah,
Fortune's a librarian. Oh, that's a perk. Never mind. Never mind.
Yeah,
yeah.
No, I mean, that isn't a perk, but it's also an Angel's Descent one, but it's kind of more balanced.
yeah,
Yeah.
Fortune Teller's probably the most broken one of all, though.
so stupid.
Yeah,
Yeah.
another idea I had for like new players is like, why can't you just start with every perk unlocked at like level 1? At
Yeah, I
least
feel like that makes sense. So they
I
at least
think-
know how it works.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's the best idea. Like all perks should just be free, honestly.
maybe not like max level, because I feel like you still need the incentive to get coins, but like
Yeah, I mean, like,
essential perks maybe maxed, but like I feel like there's some perks that you should at least get by default.
yeah, I mean, I think that like Bulldozer and Juggernaut, those should probably like at least
Oh,
be at
yeah.
like 3 seconds for both of those at minimum.
Yeah, definitely. But anyway, that's the discussion of a Skywars update. I'm sure that will
Yeah,
pop up in
exactly.
many episodes of the Hypixel show to
Oh,
come. But
that reminds me. I meant to mention this when you were talking about the ranked NPC. Um, I thought of something that they could do with that
oh
podium
yeah,
as well. Um, rather than having the lab NPC that's there now, have a separate NPC for each lab mode when they're in rotation, like how Bed Wars has the dream
oh
modes.
right,
Where there's usually two dream modes in rotation, but there's an NPC for each one. I think
right.
that
That
would I think that would
yeah.
help both of them fill more.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because at the moment, like you click on lab and it opens another menu, and then yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And
But I feel
yeah,
like they would. Yeah, I feel like having, I don't know, some sort of special lab like event or something. I feel like this is something that again could help keep players in the game. Is that if like Skywars hosted like events or something, like you know how Blitz has the Blitz hour, you know.
yeah, Blitz Hour,
Yeah,
exactly.
something like
Like,
that where you have like a lab week where playing lab gets you like extra coins or extra XP or
yeah,
something. Something to make you play the game more than just solo normal or solo
mhm.
insane.
I mean, it's exactly like Blitz Hour and Blitz. Like, obviously, Blitz is a pretty dead game,
Yeah.
um, but even so, Blitz Hour does bring people actually wanting to play the game because they will have a free level 10 kit so that they
Yeah.
actually have a chance against other people who have level 10s.
Yeah, definitely.
So
And
yeah,
that's
something similar like that for Skywars would be
bring
pretty
up
cool, I think.
Blitz. Yeah, that's something I wanted to again just touch up on as like a final thing before we finish off, because this has gotten to like 25 minutes already and it feels like we just started. Yeah. So obviously Blitz, what's a wait, hold on. Am I thinking Blitz got its final update, right? Blitz is not getting updated
Yeah.
anymore. But I
Yeah,
feel
I
like
mean,
that,
it's had like bug fixes and stuff since then,
yeah,
but
the final content update.
yeah. Hmm.
I feel like, you know, a lot of people have been speculating if Skywars does get an update, maybe it would be the final update, and I really hope it's not, but obviously with the time it's taken, it might be. But how late do you think is too late for a final update? Because although Blitz still queues, I think it could be definitely considered as a dead game with the, you know, player count barely going above ever 200. Like, do you think it's too late for Skywars to make a proper comeback, or?
Not really.
Um,
I feel like it's still okay. Like right now, I feel like the latest, like not for it to die, but like I say like October-ish, because that's when like school starts again for like America at least.
yeah, pretty
And
much.
like the player count's gonna go even lower, and if they don't have an update by then, like most people aren't going to see the update.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true, but also I would say like at this point I would say that's just already too late for them to like just release one update
Yeah.
and call it good, wait another 2 years. Like, no, the game isn't
Oh
going to
yeah.
survive after
I feel like they
just
do
one more
to,
update and then waiting 2 more years.
yeah. They
Let's
have to
see.
like actually show that they're listening to the community, you know?
Hmm.
Yeah, and I guess that's the other thing. If they come out with an update after 2 years, it better be a goddamn big update. Like,
Yeah.
this
If
has to be
like
more than the Angel's Descent. More, easily more.
yeah, if like from now onwards they released like smaller updates for Skywars over the period of like maybe a couple months in between each one, I think that would probably help a lot.
I'd be happy
Yeah,
with that.
like even two
But
two
yeah.
small updates a year, or you know,
Hmm.
one decent a year. Like I feel like it has to be at least annually.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just not like 600 days in between, you know?
And I've always been a big like
Exactly.
supporter of constant updates in games, and this extends way outside of just a Minecraft mini game. Like, I don't know if anyone watching or if you two are familiar with the game Geometry Dash. That game has been stuck on one update on 2.1 for over half the game's existence. 2.2 has been in the planning for like what 2-3 years at this point, and there's so much stuff that they've leaked and like teased. I don't think I'm even looking forward to an update to that game, because it's going to be a completely new game. Like, what's the point of waiting so long for an update if you're going to change
Right.
like half the
Yeah,
stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just it's this if there's too much new content, it just becomes like a second version of the game, which feels wrong. Updates should be slow and
Yeah.
progressive and
I mean,
slowly adding new things.
If anything, I feel like the amount of content in Skywars should be. I mean, I wouldn't say reduced. It should just be like strongly rearranged, I would say.
Yeah.
I don't think,
I think
new content is needed. It's the strengthening of the content we already have and making it friendlier for new players.
Yeah.
Fix the game basically.
Yeah, fix the game.
Yeah, I mean, like there's a lot of content in Skywars right now that's like weighted in the direction of veteran players, and there's just not a lot for new players to do.
Yeah, like new players
Mm.
can't get into the game, and then like old players don't want to play the game because it's so sweaty now.
Yeah. And it's like, yeah, touching back on the Angel's Descent, you gotta get to level 10 before you can even do the Angel's Descent. And starting off, it's so slow. So,
Yeah.
yeah, it's like, there needs to be something for new players. I don't know what it is. It needs
Yeah.
something.
The level, and then the Angel's Ascent also has those additional requirements, like you have to
Yeah,
max out the
bottlenecks.
soul well and stuff. They
How
should just
many
remove
opals?
those entirely.
Minty, how many
They should
opals
just
do you
remove it
have?
entirely.
I currently have 39 opals sitting in my bank, and I cannot spend them because I'm like locked.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean the economy for it is extremely scuffed as well because veteran players they were only given like 1 opal for each prestige.
Oh,
So I mean, there's so like for example, it was. I mean, I could look at what his progress through it is right now. So, let's see, he's a 78 star,
What player?
and so like,
Oh, so like, yeah.
and he's actually, I'm actually further along in the descent than he is.
Yeah, it's so broken. They should have given the veteran players like at least half access to it, or like just way more.
He is a 78 star and has earned a total of 64 opals since the update came out. And I'm 42 star and have earned 128 and currently have 23 with nothing to spend it on.
Yeah, it's a broken system. And the thing is that like I've seen update proposals saying like give like boosters that you can buy opals with, but the issue with that is again, it's giving the experienced
Not
players
boosters,
faster ways to level up. It's not.
Yeah, exactly.
It shouldn't work like that. I think that's enough discussing of like the update. Thanks guys for coming. We're about to hit half an hour. I think that's we just hit half an hour. Yeah. And yeah, so thanks for coming. Good discussion, and I think it's safe to say that Skywars is dying. Did it make a comeback? Yeah, sort of. A little bit. Hopefully we can hope for an update. The only thing that can save Skywars, unless I don't know, Tommy in it comes back to Skywars or something. Who knows?
oh yeah, no, we
Anything is
definitely need
possible.
content creators. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a whole discussion
A
for
whole
another
other
day.
day.
Yeah. Anyway, thanks so much for coming, guys. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, leave a like. If you like this, let me know, and I'm happy to commit to the Hypixel show. I love this concept, and we're not just going to be talking about Skywars in the coming episodes. I don't have anything planned actually. I'll just take it on the fly, but I hope to talk about content creators, other Hypixel games, and like specific players. Anything. I have lots of friends. That sounded really
That's a flex.
selfish. Yeah, no, but like I have a lot of people I can get in contact with. So let me know what you'd like to see on the Hypixel show. And yeah, I'll see you guys hopefully next week. Bye.